Thanks for being here, Dave.
Yeah, man.
Do me a quick favor. Tell the viewers, everyone who might be watching, why do you trade? What got you interested in investing in the first place? Because you've been investing for a while.
Yeah. So I'm an entrepreneur, and I needed a way to make money on the side in the time that I had available, and also, not location specific. So that was, and then also when the times are tough economically or when times are good, I wanted to be able to, make money in those times as well. So I thought that it was a good skill to learn.
Now, did you start with wanting to learn day trading, or did you start with investing?
I did. My first thought was day trading. I had, some investments in the past. I had investments in Bitcoin. I had investments in real estate, and those markets. I felt like I wanted to move into something that was maybe more liquid.
Yeah.
And I first got into day trading, when we first met.
So what would your definition of liquidity be?
The ability to access that cash when I need to.
Yeah. Because what I've seen, especially for real estate investors, because you had real estate positions as well, it's like you are wealthy on paper,
Right.
but you can't use paper net worth to feed your family. So you have to have some form of cash flow.
You could, HELOC or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can pull credit, but it's not quite the same. Need a little more tied in.
So tell people what your main strategy is right now for your trading and your investing.
So from a trading perspective, I'm not doing a bunch of day trading right now, but
Which is good.
Yeah, learn to do the options trading, which suits me from the perspective of it doesn't take a lot of time. It protects my positions. My current money, I'm basically renting out the positions that I have, and it enables me to spend my time on the entrepreneurship, projects that I have on the side.
So what was your biggest struggle before you started working with me?
I think there was a couple things. One was I was aware that I probably had some money blocks that I wasn't quite, familiar with, and they could be. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know, how to identify them. I just knew that I had this idea that making money was a grind, and that's how it always felt, and so. And then I was also just very concerned about, the nest egg moving down. I just was very mindful of that. You'd call it fearful, whatever you want to call it, but I was just very, very mindful of that. So less of an abundance mindset, I think.
How did having that fear of the nest egg not growing or maybe shrinking, how did that contraction affect your life?
I think you make decisions differently when you have that mindset, and they're not expansive decisions. They're not growing decisions. You're not in that mindset. So what do you expect? It's either going to stay the same or go down, and you're going to be stressed
Right.
during that process.
Right. So my favorite quotes, is it expensive or is it expansive? And a lot of people, they think it's always expensive, but when you spend more, very often you just have this awareness that there's more that can come with it.
Yeah.
And to your point, if you're afraid of contraction, and if you're really worried about giving more, buying more, spending more, investing more, you want to hoard and protect, it becomes really hard to have that expansive, big, huge increase in your net worth.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So what does your financial world look like right now?
So before I started the program with you, I remember we talked about it, and I was like, I know that the investment in the program, because I knew you and had friends who had gone through the program. I was like, look, I know they'll help me find the money. I was an entrepreneur bootstrapping, and so my challenge was paying more than my bills in order to invest in my current entrepreneur project.
Yep.
And but what I have been able to do now is cover all the expenses of myself and my obligations, as well as continue to fund my bootstrapping project as a result of this program, and cover the cost of the program, of course.
All from trading.
All from what I learned from you.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So what specifically did you learn in the program? Is there a strategy or something that you use currently where you can create enough cash flow to cover all of your financial obligations every month?
Yes. It's really options trading, learning how to rent out my positions that I have in the stock market, and calls and puts and those type of things, and life-changing.
So I'll repeat that again, because I think it's just a concept that very few people are really, really familiar with.
Yeah. Can you tell me what terms
it's
you
amazing.
use?
Yeah, it's amazing. So he owns an asset and he's renting out that asset. So many people don't know that you can rent out stock. Like, everyone knows you can rent out a house and you can bring in some cash flow and some income from that. But very, very few people know that they can rent out a stock and bring in income. And so you have a bunch of shares that you're holding and you're trading options in and around that position to literally rent out your position and bring in enough monthly cash flow to pay for your bills.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's incredible, man.
it is.
How long did it take you to learn that? Like, really master it?
Man, I think we started in December, and by master, I don't know if I would use that term, but
Fair.
Feel like I knew what I was doing and not like sweating and shaking while I'm clicking buttons.
Yeah.
I would say, probably January, February.
So 2 months.
Yeah.
2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's extremely quick. And for a lot of people, it might not be that exact amount of time, but you also took action. Most people are afraid of taking action. They're afraid of actually clicking the button. What got you over that fear?
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say, it was February, ish, but I mean, we're in the course together and you're mentoring and looking over my shoulder and getting feedback. You're very engaged, you're responsive. It's not like set and forget it. You hop on a call and I see you and then I never hear from you, never see you until the next call. Like, it was, felt very safe the whole time.
So Dave, what advice would you give to someone who's on the fence about using their retirement funds or using their money that they currently have? Maybe it's being managed by a financial advisor. Maybe it's in a home equity line of credit. What would your advice to them be about getting over the fear of learning how to invest in that?
I think they're missing out on an opportunity if they don't. I think learning the skills is worth the whole course. And even if you were to subset some of what you have to learn the skills and then manage that, perhaps you then would shift to, your whole portfolio or whatever. But it really is just like anything else. It's like, what's your risk profile? And then, here's how you do it based upon your risk profile. And I've seen you do that with everybody that's in our course has, a slightly different, risk profile. I'm a tech entrepreneur now for 10 years. So like, my risk profile is going to be different, than others. So I think knowing that there is a plan, that there's options, and that it is doable. And it's essentially, I don't know that it's any less, it's not like it would be any less safe than what you have currently with somebody else managing it.
Thanks, man. I'm really proud of you, though, dude. Seriously, like, it's incredible. Because you'll be, for the rest of your life, you have this now. So when you sell your company, if you ever buy more real estate and sell that, anything that you do as that portfolio grows, you can keep doing this forever.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere, man.
I'm not going anywhere, dude. I'm not. Yeah. Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, man.